What's up, everybody? OldSchoolNYCGamer here once again. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm on the West Coast and over here at the swap meet over here in Huntington Beach, California. Definitely, I believe it's about 6:20 in the morning right now, and there's already tons of vendors, setting up. Of course, we got to get here because also the resellers are out here too. A lot of sharks, and I mean a lot of them. Always talked over the years, or when I watch other gaming channels talking about trying to find a good deal. It's not exactly like that anymore. So, I'm here with a couple of special guests that you will see on camera in a little bit, but just to show you, like I said, even though for 6 o'clock in the morning, it's pretty, there's a lot of people, a lot of vendors are still setting up. So, with that in tow, we're just gonna take a look, walk around, just to see, what is being set up, if we can find something for a good deal, hopefully, and, let's take it from there, and I'll be right back.
There you go.
There's a day one buy right here, man.
That's Oscar's right there. It's on the left.
You sure it's not? It wouldn't be for David? Sorry. Surprising that they actually have imports here too.
I only got like 3-4 ounces. Looks like one in the morning.
How are you, my friend? Sí.
Yeah, oh yeah, that is. If you get it for if you get that for 10, grab
Oh,
that.
look at it's a Genesis Ultimate Portable Game Player.
So if you could get that for 10, if you get that 10 and under, grab it.
Yeah.
But see, the thing is with this, that the emulation is not that great though. The sound's off on it. The sound is off. That's like that's the one complaint they have with this specific handheld.
So you put your games on here.
You put your SD card in here, and you can play pretty much the entire library. Because I've seen reviews of this. Because if you said I've actually played some of it on this with the actual games, and even the sound for the original games are off. That's the SD card reader.
¿Cuánto? Genesis ¿Cuánto?
Ese. See here, got Carnival, Sea Battle, Las Vegas Pokemon Blackjack, Burger Time, Black and Chase, Star Battle.
How much for the
5 each on the games and 1 each on the systems.
Okay, yeah.
We got both the first and the second.
Okay.
Well, obviously, if I put it all together, I'd do a little better.
How much do you do for everything?
How many games are there?
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games.
8, 40, 80, about 60.
60.
That'd be a good one for you?
Might be.
I'd say maybe 55.
Thank you. Gracias.
Yeah, crack case in the whole 9. Hey, you want half a phone?
Thank you.
I don't know what that is. Oh, radar gun.
What does it do?
It's 40 for all of them.
Or for the whole lot?
Yeah. I like this. I like the blue case.
35 you want. There's more here as well.
Yeah.
The room now, since you saw me last.
Yeah, it takes a long time.
Yeah.
Okay. Look through it, man. Look through it.
That one's $3.
We do 10 with you?
Which one?
10 with you?
Yeah.
Okay. This? Double drink. Is that this? How much for this? That's not.
She wants for all these.
Not bad. I'm debating. I don't know.
Oscar's been looking for this one, bro.
Really?
Yeah. But not him, his brother. His brother's looking for this one. Debating.
Not the one you need to find. You know which one.
Yeah,
Water World.
Yeah.
Find that Water World. You let me know.
I might be grabbing that before you will.
Yeah, I know.
That's the one time I'm like, that's mine. Yeah, of course it has the wrong disc though.
Huh?
Has the wrong disc though. You didn't take that game's not that great. I mean, LA Noir is So if you find a couple of games, just grab them and we'll let you know like, if it's worth it or not. Okay, everybody, so we're near the end of our trek here in the swap meet. Did a good easily 3 hours, and if you can't tell, there's actually 4 YouTubers that I'm actually looking at over here. You got Air Force Shields over there, and if I can get around these people, bald guy right there, that's RRob78. And this is one of the first YouTubers I actually used to watch, well, still watches my channel to this day. Does a lot of cool stuff, finds a lot of amazing stuff here. And then over there is Shaq Funaki. So like I said, people, we're gonna keep going on. We might hit up a game store. We might, whatever we could find, basically. It's a whole day ahead of us. It's only 9 o'clock. I actually found quite a few good things, not the most spectacular stuff, but hey, you know what? For some of the deals that I found, what I found here, was actually pretty good. We actually definitely did, in my opinion, beat out a lot of the resellers and sharks today. Like I said, without further ado, let's see what else we can find here. And if I can't find anything else, I'll just go back to wherever I am and show you what I got, and I'll be right back. So welcome back, everybody. Now I definitely do want to give a humongous thank you and shout out to RRob78, because if it wasn't for him, none of this footage that you saw would have even existed if it wasn't for him. Now, also a humongous shout out also to Air Force Shields, who was, basically RRob's wingman, and also, did find some amazing stuff too. And Shaq Funaki for, coming along, and basically those 3 guys just, let me tag along being a part of all that, and that was really, really cool. And also one other YouTuber, and it's going to kill me because I know who the guy is. He actually also lives in Orange County. He's one of the first YouTubers that actually subscribed to my channel, and I, still watch his stuff whenever he does upload a video. Griffin, if you're watching, man, please don't kill me if I forgot your channel, because it's been a while. So, basically to wrap up, this definitely was one of the biggest swap meets that I've ever been to, let alone flea market, anything like that. And the fact that it's in Orange County, such a big area, it's a very overwhelming experience. It was really cool to see just what kind of stuff, and basically stuff you would never think that would sell at a swap meet, you would see there. And of course, one of the few things I did not get on camera, which was 2 things actually that were really, one was funny, one was kind of a WTF kind of a thing, was when I was with Air Force Shields, we were walking down one side of the swap meet, and a gentleman had a whole ColecoVision complete, not in box, but the controllers, the power brick, and even a RF cord, and he was only asking $25 for it, and I really was chomping at the bit to possibly get it, but at the same time, I didn't really have enough room to even bring all the stuff back, which I'll get to near the end of this video. And another thing was, halfway through the swap meet, there was actually a transformer light pole explosion. At first, we thought it was like some kind of weird fireworks, but when I looked, it was about a good 3 loud explosions, and it's pretty surreal, and surprisingly, I didn't get that on film, but, for those who were there and you know who you are, you know what I'm talking about. So anyway, let's get to the pickups that I found. There's only a few things, but, I only wanted to get stuff that I definitely did want, and a couple of gifts that I were really unexpected, and I'll talk about that in a second. Now, first off here, I'm just going to get my hands out of here. Now, when you saw on one of the first clips, there was a reseller. He had a ton of systems, plug and plays and whatnot. And I saw this one plug and play, and I did not have it, and I definitely didn't want to get it in my collection. And he was wanting 5. I offered him 4, so he took it. And that is from Namco. This is one of the other Namco plug and plays, which is really unique. I like this is the fact that if you see right here, they had to put a piece of hard plastic on it, but it's shaped like Pac-Man. And I did test this, and this does work. And for $4, yeah, you can't beat that. You know, there is quite a bit of wear right here and over here. The original Jack Specifics stickers were on here. I guess whoever had it before took them off, so I'm just going to get a little bit of Goo Gone, take that off, and it'll be, you know, as good as new as it could possibly get. So, you know, like I said, for $4, you can't beat that. And speaking of plug and plays, this is such an unusual thing now. You know, now looking back on it, I kind of regretted it, but for $3, you can't really complain as much. Konami actually put this out. I'm just like kind of reading the stuff here. This came out in 2006. Now, sadly, in 2014, not a lot of stuff is functioning, i.e., what this was about. And this is a Konami arcade collection. I believe there's 4 games in this. Time Pilot, ER, Kung Fu, and 2 other games I can't think of. Now, I did test this. This does work, but if you look right here, instead of an AV, this takes a USB. Now, you could actually play online with this, but the server is down, and basically it's just more of an anomaly, like a collector's piece more than anything, if you're really like into the plug-and-play kind of a thing. But, you know, it was curious to see it, and I just wanted to grab it just to see what this was about. For $3, you know, you can't complain too much. Now, the next couple of things here were one I thought I had, and, you know, I'm surprised I didn't have it, and I wanted to get it back in the collection. And I believe it was for, I think $5 or $8. I can't remember, but I really was not going to complain that hard. Just the fact that, you know, I can't really see these loose around. And for the Super Nintendo, that is, excuse me, Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Now, my original copy of Street Fighter 2 was in really bad condition, and I just wanted to get this one. The label is in really good condition, and for, you know, the price I paid, you know, you can't beat that. And next off here, I actually did have some extra stuff I was going to try to trade with certain dealers, and I wasn't really sure. It had to be something I wanted, and I saw this, and I didn't have it in the collection, so I said, you know, what the hell. I believe he was only asking $7 or $8 for it, but I didn't mind trading up what I traded for it, because if you remember one of my past pickup videos with all those Hey You Pikachus that I had, I traded it, one for this, and it was Samurai Warriors 2, and it is complete with the manual. So, you know, even for trading it off for a game that I really didn't care for a game that I wanted, you know, you can't beat that. And next off here, ladies and gentlemen, we'll go back to this in a second, though. But in one of the clips, you saw that this guy had a Intellivision 1 and 2 with a bunch of games. He was asking, I think, $50. But since I do have a working Intellivision 2, my Intellivision Model 1 basically bit the dust, doesn't work anymore. So, I got this whopping little monster for $15. Right here. And I tested it. I actually did have to open this up. I had to do major cleaning on it. I had to even go inside the cartridge port, clean that out, because I was still kind of getting the black screen of death kind of thing. But basically, you know, with consoles like this, over, you know, a long amount of time, they are going to get dust in the components, and you do got to clean these up. And it was a mission to clean it up. But it did work. So, I'll just put this over to the side. Now, after that was all said and done, we went over to Toys R Us. Checked out the, I believe it was a clearance. There was nothing really there that I wanted, so I kind of passed up on it. But on the way, me and R-Rob went over, passed by Cyfix place, who's another cool YouTuber, which I'll leave basically all those channels down below. And, you know, we were just talking, and he actually had quite a bit of stuff. And he gave me a couple of these, and I'm shocked. And first off, I actually was looking for this back in my collection, only because the prior console is pretty much on its way out, and that is a PlayStation 2. And like I said, there was no cords to it, but it didn't matter because I have all that stuff, and it even comes with the network adapter too, which is really awesome. Yeah, I mean, I'm really chuffed to have this. And like I said, not only did he have that, he actually gave me an extra, like I said, because he knew I bought one, but he didn't really want it. He passed me off another Intellivision 1. Now, the thing is, it's up above you right there in my shelving. So, you know, to get 2 consoles for free, you know, you really, really cannot complain about that. And yeah, that's about it, people. Thank you so much for watching this very long video. You know, like I said, you know, here in New York, you don't really have as, you know, many swap meets as big as this. I believe, I think out in the Meadowlands, there's something like this. and I think over by the Aqueduct Racetrack. But of course, you know, the resellers out there, it's really, really hard. You know, you're looking for a deal. That's what, you know, swap meets and flea markets are for. You know, you're not paying retail. And of course, this is, you know, something I've said before, and quite a few other people within the gaming community. You just got to kind of suck it up. But once in a while, you know, it's the thrill of the hunt. You know, it's all about game hunting. If you really, really want it, you got to go out and get it, you know. So that's about it, people. Thank you once again so much for watching. And please don't forget to check me out on Facebook and Twitter. And if, you know, I might still have this channel. Who knows? I always keep DailyMotion as a backup in case stuff happens. And that's about it. Have a good one, everybody, and take care. Cheers.